Hello all. Mercury, formaldehyde, long-chain parabens, and PFAS aren't chemicals you expect to come in contact with every day. But what if I told you that some popular hair care products have chemicals in them strong enough to embalm a body? Makeup, face wash, personal care, cosmetics, popular brands and products have these toxic chemicals in them. And the federal safety rules and regulations on what chemicals are allowed to be in these products haven't been updated in almost 80 years. That's right, 80 years. Today, I have Julie Ragains, fellow Encamper, here to kind of help me digest a problem that, quite frankly, not a lot of us even know we had. Julie, how are you today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
So anyone who knows you have this passion for natural and organic personal care and cosmetics. Why is this topic so important to you?
This is true. So several years ago, I did a site walk at a large aluminum producing facility, and the EHS manager there told me some of their biggest customers were cosmetics companies. And I remember him saying, "You wouldn't believe what they put in that stuff." And I was just totally shocked that this gentleman knew more about what was in my makeup than I did. So I started doing research on my own and found out that many of the ingredients in my products were endocrine disrupting chemicals and highly toxic. And I have a history of endocrine disorders. And so I just started wondering about the correlation, and I knew something needed to change. So, I've always cared about the ingredients in my food, and I decided that I needed to take the same similar approach to the personal care products that I use in my everyday life as well.
That makes total sense. As someone who is admittedly kind of blind on this topic, what now? What do we do now? Are states and governments making any progress in what chemicals can and can't be in these cosmetics?
The federal government and states have been trying to do things for years because, like you mentioned, the regulations governing this industry have not changed in 80 years. At a federal level, Senator Susan Collins and Dianne Feinstein have introduced the Personal Care Products Safety Act, which will protect consumer health, and it actually strengthens the FDA's efforts to regulate ingredients in personal care products. This bill would overhaul labeling requirements, chemical safety evaluations, and even the recall process for some of these products. Some states are not waiting on the federal government to act, however. So, for example, the state of California recently signed a bill that will ban the use of 24 toxic chemicals in personal care products. This is huge. No state has done anything like this. The hope is that if a manufacturer is required to satisfy these California standards, that company will then adhere to that same high standard with their products it sends to the rest of the country.
That makes sense. It usually takes a state or maybe even a brand to kind of lead the way on this, and hopefully it kind of trickles
Sure.
down to the rest of us. So kudos for California for kind of leading the way on this. And can you tell me anything else you learned in your research on, looking into chemicals in cosmetics?
Yeah, some of the research that I have done on this topic has been absolutely shocking. What recently stood out to me is how much this problem disproportionately affects Black women. According to the LA-based group Black Women for Wellness, hair straighteners with levels of formaldehyde high enough to embalm a body are aggressively marketed towards Black women. Black women who dye their hair are 60% more likely to develop breast cancer. That statistic is incredibly alarming, and I could not believe it when I read it.
That is alarming to me. I want to send this out to a lot of friends and family. Like right now, it is a very, very important topic, and I'm glad that you're kind of breaking this down for us and me. So I don't want to leave the viewers without anything. So what natural and organic brands are you using?
That's a really good question because people tend to shy away from natural or organic personal care products because so many of them are very pricey, but there are a surprising number of affordable options that I use out there now that can be found on Amazon or at other major retailers. So some of the brands that I would like to recommend are Fox Brim Naturals. So they're a really awesome women-owned affordable skincare business that you can order on Amazon. Like I said, really great pricing. You actually got me on to Nubian Heritage. It's the best lotion ever. They have really amazing scents. I can get this at my grocery store fresh time, so it's pretty accessible. Another super affordable skincare option for, face cream, things like that is Coco Kind. Their products are so clean that most of them have 5 ingredients or less in them. Super affordable as well. And then as far as cosmetics go, Honest Beauty is a great option. That's Jessica Alba's company. They can be found at Target or online. They work really well, just as well as traditional makeup without all the junk. And also, I'm going to give a lot of credit to a lot of the major brands out there. They're making great progress too. CoverGirl, for example, recently came out with a Clean Fresh line of cosmetics that's free of parabens, formaldehyde, sulfates, talc, all that stuff. So to me, it's really exciting to see a brand that's so accessible take that step. And I think as more and more awareness around this issue comes up, we're only going to see more and more of that, because at the end of the day, the consumer wants what the consumer wants. So these companies are going to have to meet that demand.
Julie, thank you so much for all this great information. We've got a lot to kind of break down and kind of pass on to our networks. But before I let you go, where are you exactly? I can't figure this out. What are you doing?
I am in my brand new RV that I just purchased. So this should be a topic for another conversation that we have on another day for your EHS moment, though. Some super interesting facts about environmentally safe production of RVs we can talk about.
Interesting things that you typically don't think of. And for the viewers, if you know any other of the products, the safer products that you use, please put those in the comments. If you like daily EHS updates, please give this a like and subscribe, and we'll talk soon. What's good for business, it's good for the environment.